Welcome to our Glorious Advent-ure Devotional, where we are unwrapping the names of Jesus one verse at a time as we journey a little bit closer to Christmas. And our name for this morning comes from John's Gospel. It's one of the I am sayings in John's Gospel, chapter 11, verse 25, where Jesus says, I am the resurrection and the life. And in order to fully unwrap and appreciate this name, we really need to imagine the scene. There's this guy, Lazarus, who's a friend of Jesus, who's not well, and somebody comes to Jesus and says, Lazarus, your friend, isn't well, and Jesus does nothing. In actual fact, he stays where he is another couple of days, and in the meantime, his friend Lazarus dies. And then Jesus says, okay, now let's go and see him. And when Jesus and his followers arrive in the town where Lazarus lived, his sisters are distraught. Martha comes out to meet Jesus and says, Teacher, if you had been here, he wouldn't have died. Mary doesn't even come out. She's indoors and she's weeping. And in the midst of this sadness, in the midst of this weeping, in the midst of this grief, Jesus says to Martha, I am the resurrection and the life. Now we need to understand that these are not just words that Jesus is using to console somebody who's grieving. These words are truth. Truth, because Jesus is the source of both, the source of resurrection and the source of life. There is no resurrection, there is no rising from the dead without Jesus. There is no eternal life without Jesus. And it's not something that Jesus just said. This was a truth that was backed up with a demonstration of resurrection power. When Jesus stood at the entrance of the tomb where Lazarus was buried and shouted in a loud voice, Lazarus, come out. And he did. Risen from the dead. And I think this is one of those names that we need to unwrap slowly. You see, for so many people, their greatest fear in life is death. But for those who follow Jesus, who trust Jesus, who hope in Jesus, who say alongside Martha, yes, Lord, I believe you are the Messiah, the Son of God who has come into the world, there is no need to fear death. Because Jesus has overcome death. Because he lives, we will live. Because he is life, we will have eternal life. This is one of the most glorious hopes of the Christian faith, and it's a truth worth unwrapping this Christmas. Jesus is the resurrection and the life. May you have abundant hope in Jesus. May you be thoroughly prepared for his coming. May you overflow with indestructible joy from Jesus and be filled with the love for Jesus as you celebrate and adore him this Christmas. See you tomorrow.